Jay, what's up, man? How you doing today?
Good, bro. How are you?
Man, I'm top of the world, bro. It's 4 a.m. I'm doing amazing, man. So,
There you
how would
go.
you introduce yourself to someone who maybe doesn't know you?
Yeah, my name is Jacob Lee. I'm 20 years old. Uh, I'm actually in the insurance space. I'm in the life insurance space. So, yeah, I mean, I just call leads. I'm a salesperson. I also train people how to sell insurance as well at a high level. And yeah, it's that simple, honestly.
Okay, yeah, man. Before we get into the whole business aspect of your life, I want to start it from the beginning, if you don't mind. I'd like to talk about how
Mhm.
did you grow up? What was your childhood like?
Yeah, so I mean, growing up, I grew up with both parents in the Chicagoland area. Um, I was actually homeschooled, so I didn't actually go to school. My parents were my teachers. Very thankful for that. But I'd say I had a very good childhood, very average. Um, I was always focused on entrepreneurship though, I'd say, even like around 12, 13, like I wanted to be a landlord. Like that was one of my goals.
Mm,
And, as I got older, I kind of, ended up in a entrepreneurial path, I guess you could say.
okay, dang, I like that, man. Did you have like anybody that you looked up to when you were a kid?
Robert Kiyosaki for sure.
Mm.
Uh, author of Rich Dad Poor Dad, and hmm, mostly him, I'd say, to be honest. Uh,
Okay.
real estate, yeah.
Okay. Nah, makes sense, man. So, did you work any like, 9 to 5's classic jobs before you got into business?
Yeah. Uh, I actually worked at Sonic Drive-In, which is like an American fast food restaurant. I actually worked there for 2 years. So from the day I turned 16 to age 18,
Mm.
I was working at Sonic, just flipping burgers. Um, I also actually for a very short period of time, I was also a home engineer, interestingly enough.
Really?
My mom worked at a company where she designed roof trusses, and she got me a job there. I did for like a week. I did not like it at all, so I
Mm.
quit and then went back to Sonic. But
Yeah, I was about to ask how
yeah.
did that come about? Because that was like so random out of the blue. Uh, yeah, man. I remember even a year ago, I used to work at a Tesco. That's something like Walmart in America, right? And I was
I
working
know
there for
Tesco.
yeah, and I was working there for 6 months before I started like, making proper money to the point where I could at least quit that job and replace the income. And I remember
Mhm.
even before that, I was working at actually, I started my first day at Popeyes. You have Popeyes in America, right? I think it's
Oh
American fast
yeah.
food. Yeah, bro. I was worked there for one day, and bro, the manager, right? The like the my how do you call it? The person above you, right? Was so
Uh-huh.
horrible that I literally went to the boss saying that just I quit. Like I didn't give him a reason. He was acting, I didn't want to, get her into trouble, but I just said like I quit. But bro, it's like the people in these like the worst jobs possible, like fast foods, etc. It's like the people that have
Mhm.
been there for like 5 or 10 years, bro. You can tell that those people are somehow dissatisfied because it's like, bro, the treatment that they give, even not to the customers but to the co-workers, bro, or like to the people below them, that's like the worst thing about it. So man,
Environment.
yeah. So I remember, man, that was that day. Like, obviously, I was looking for a new job because I needed to make money. But that, bro, I started like that was when I started like staying up all night, right, and like working and trying to make the business work, bro. Because I was doing I was trying to start my thumbnail agency back then. I remember, and till this day, bro, that has fucking affected me, bro. Because it's now 4 a.m. and bro, I'm still like working. But I remember, bro,
Dude.
that was like my turning point. That day, bro, it was like, yeah. So I'm sure like you must have had like something like that, like a day where it was like, nah, fuck this shit. It's like the they have this FTE moment, like the fuck this event. Did you have like something like that?
Yeah, did I have like a turning point is your question? Or
Yeah,
like
yeah,
a
my bad,
moment?
bro. I didn't know how to say it.
No, you're good. Yeah, definitely. So when I was working at Sonic, my original goal was just to become like a general manager because then you get like a six-figure salary. It's like it was like 100,000 and you get bonuses. So my goal originally was just to become a general manager and then just use all of my income to acquire real estate. But one day I was on Snapchat and I was going through, stories, right? And this one guy, I didn't even know him. I just had him like off Quick Ad. He posted to his story, this kid, his name was Jacob Lee Holmes. He had the same name as me. Like Jacob Lee is my name. His name was Jacob Lee Holmes.
Really?
Same name as me, same age as me. And he was buying a C8 Corvette. And I was just sitting there, like in my work uniform. I'm like, bro, what? What industry is this? Like, what are you guys doing? Like, what job is this? So I swiped up on his story. I got on a call with him, and that's when he explained, the life insurance business to me. But I would say that was my turning moment or turning
Mm,
point moment was just being someone with literally the same name as me, like
mm,
buying a C8. And I was like, working at
bro.
Sonic. I'm like, bro, there's
Like, what are the
there's something better.
odds? What are the odds? Same name and same age. Like, bro, the guy must have
Yeah,
like not believed you when he got in the call with you.
dude, I didn't believe it, bro. Um, I think that was like the universe's sign, bro, to be honest. Like,
Mm. Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
it
that
makes
was
sense.
that was my turning moment. Just seeing that, like, I
Mm.
just saw as like another version of me. That's what
Yeah,
I saw.
yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. Did you like try any like multiple business models before, like in the past?
Dude, I've tried like almost everything you can think of. Well, maybe not. There's actually a lot of stuff now that I didn't do before, but I actually started with trying to trade crypto. Like I would just uh I mean, living with your parents, you don't have any bills. So I'd literally put all of my paycheck into crypto, like actual like stable
Mm.
assets though. So I was like just hoping, XRP would go up. I tried, trading like meme coins a little bit. Uh didn't really work out. I tried doing drop shipping actually. Also didn't work out. But I think now if I tried drop shipping, I probably could just because I'm a lot more comfortable with spending money on ad spend and I'm more, better at that. But, I tried drop shipping. That didn't work. I actually did do TikTok Shop affiliate when that first came out.
Mhm.
I actually made a decent amount of money, well, decent for what it was, off that, but still nothing like sustainable. So I was trying all these things, just, chasing the next thing. But ultimately I didn't really find anything that kind of
Mm.
worked for me until I got into insurance, or I guess sales, you could say.
Yeah. How long ago? Or like, how long have you been doing this?
I've been doing insurance for 2 years now. So right about 2 years actually. June of 2024 is uh
Mm.
when I
Okay.
started selling insurance. And yeah, dude, it's been a roller coaster ever since.
Yeah, I wanted to ask you, what would you say were like your biggest mistakes in the beginning when you got into insurance at first? Because bro, I'm pretty
Mm.
damn sure it can't be easy. Like, what was like the first 6 months look like?
Dude, the first 6 months was actually probably the hardest. I'd say one of my biggest mistakes is relying too much on money that's not in your account. And I think anybody in any industry can relate to this, but like my first couple months in the business were actually really good. I made more money than I ever
Mm,
did in my life in the time frame. And then I started doing in-home appointments with a colleague, but we were just really, really unorganized with it. Like we'd go there, we'd sign policies, but we didn't organize our
mm,
deals. We didn't like keep track of like commission splits, things like that. And I was counting on a lot of that money to, hit, but it never did, right? Because the thing with insurance is you can submit a policy and something happens, or like you need to fix something, and if you don't, then you never get paid for it. Like the policy never goes into effect. So there's a lot of that stuff just due to like our negligence and not keeping track of a lot of things, and that
mm,
kind of almost forced me out of the industry. one of the saddest moments in
Mm,
in my life was actually like my fourth, fifth month in the
dang.
business.
Yeah. I
But
found that in most other business models, it's like the chillest is the beginning, but then when you start getting
mm,
like, clients and more momentum, that's when the problems start arising. But you had like more like the opposite?
well, I'd say like the beginning 1 or 2 months was like chilling, and then yeah, month 3, 4, 5, that's when it was yeah, that's when it kind of took a spiral.
Mm,
But I was able to recover. Uh, I mean, yeah, I was able to bounce back, but yeah,
yeah.
that was probably the hardest part was near the beginning.
Yeah. Nah, makes sense, man. Dang. So did you like man, when you get into insurance, did you have like any like of those IRL haters, like like old friends
Oh
or
yeah.
family members that says stop being delusional, this ain't gonna work out. Like people in real life, not just online, that were hating on you.
Yeah, everybody had an old job when I told them I was, getting into life insurance. They were like, "Yeah, he'll be back in like a month." Like this one guy was straight up telling me, he's like, "Yeah, it's like a pyramid scheme." Da, 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 da. Like he never sold insurance in his life, right?
Mm,
Which don't get me wrong, there are, some life insurance companies, captive companies, like, Primerica or Globe Life, for example, where, it's recruitment based, but um, luckily I got into a brokerage, so it's completely different. But a lot of people, when they hear life insurance, they already have the pre-notion of it based off of they knew someone that did it and, they complained, right? So a lot of people at my old job were, yeah, just straight hating. They didn't think I was going to make it, didn't think I was going to last. My parents, well, my dad was really supportive of it. My dad actually used to be in sales, so he really encouraged me to do it.
mm.
My mom was like a little bit skeptical. She's like, what about becoming like a general manager or, you know, like at Sonic? I'm like mom, like I can always get a job at a fast food restaurant. But
Yeah.
my mom, her doubt went away because she's to this day, she's still a joint on my bank account. So she can still see my
Mm.
deposit. So it kind of her doubt went away. But
Okay,
starting off,
yeah.
yeah, it was coworkers and really just my coworkers, honestly, that had
Mm.
the loudest things to say, I guess. I guess you could put it.
Yeah. Yeah, that makes sense, man. Honestly, I just found that it's like once like people just a lot of the people that were like talking shit, as soon as they see that okay, it's working out for him. At least maybe he's not rich, but at least like bro, he doesn't work a
Hmm.
job, he's doing well, right? He's like the majority of people they don't like they never admit that they were wrong. They just like don't say anything,
Mm,
but or say that you got lucky. One of those two things. But
right.
I've
Oh,
yet to have anybody uh said the wrong when I said that you can make money online. Of course, you can even make really fucking good money online. It's like that never happens. Like, and people like usually always say you either got lucky. It's like not everybody can get as lucky as you, or they just don't say anything.
yeah, it's pretty interesting. So your question is like, do people say I got lucky or do they just like not say anything?
Yeah.
Yeah, so most people actually don't say anything. I've actually lost a lot of followers from
Mm,
I know IRL, interestingly enough.
mm,
Um, but I've never had anybody say like I got lucky. They just kind of quietly just, decided to remove themselves from my life, which, it is what it is.
mhm.
Um, but yeah, to answer your question, no, most people just kind of stop talking to me. They don't really reach out or nothing.
Yeah. But honestly, man, I've seen like a lot of guys like 15, 16 year olds that or like even like 18, let's say, they they say stuff
Mhm.
like, bro, I'm never gonna work a job in my life, bro. I'm gonna make this shit work before I get out of high school. And I'm like, bro, honestly, it ain't like that. I had a similar expectation. Bro, I was working normal jobs for like a year before I could sustain myself and replace my income, right? It's
Mhm.
like I don't bro, it's like I don't look at having a job as a bad thing. I look at it as a bad thing when that's like someone's plan for their whole lives, right? But it's like if this is like a temporary thing that sustains you whilst you're building your business, but this is what keeps you above the water, then bro, it's like why are guys our age like so ashamed to get jobs if they don't make a living online just yet? You know?
Yeah, I mean, I think the most important thing, like for me, like when I first got my job, because like before it, I was still like into entrepreneurship and like making money online and
Mhm.
stuff. But when I got my job, like I was excited actually. Like I was like, okay,
Yeah.
now I have like capital to work with, you know?
Mm.
Making like a few $100 online, like every now and then, like that compared to nothing, like from even just working a regular job. But I also think that by working a job, it teaches you a lot of things that you really
Mm.
wouldn't learn otherwise. Um, but on top of that, like, yeah, you're gonna need capital to start, right? Like you're gonna need money for ad spend, you're
Yeah.
gonna need money for really anything, you know, and it's like, yeah, you can try and do everything from scratch, but you know, it's smarter to get a job for a little bit, acquire capital, and then, you know, start your business from there. That's what I think. I just yeah, I think people need to be realistic, like you said, with having this expectation, just make it work right off rip.
Yeah.
Like no.
Yeah. And it's like you know, when I was like, I was closing not that long ago, a dead lead for one of my previous clients, right? And the dude
Mhm.
was saying like, because his program was something like, I don't know, like $300 a month or something like that. And the dude was like, nah, bro, I don't have the money right now for it. And I'm like, bro, just do Uber for a week. You know, it's like
Right? Something.
if you really believe this guy is legit and you really think that this thing can change your life in the next 6 months, do Uber for a week. It's I don't understand why uh dudes would rather like, you know, ask for money from their parents, etc., even at like
Mhm.
21, instead of like getting a job, getting Uber like a side thing, investing in
Right.
themselves, and then if they don't have the skill set for it or whatever, if they really want to develop themselves, like again, it's like I don't know why like guys have such a pride for, you know, I'm never gonna work a job. I'm like, why would you say that? You know. So yeah, I
Yeah.
find that very common. Yeah. So
Yeah, it's definitely an ego thing for sure.
yeah, why would you say what would you say is the most common reason people not fail. You can't really fail if you keep going. Why do you think most people quit within like the first half a year of doing anything? Like they don't stick to anything.
Mm. Yeah, I think a lot of people are ready, whether it's insurance or really any business, it's actually pretty interesting. You mentioned that the turnover rate's high, like most people quit. I think it's because a lot of
Mm.
people come into entrepreneurship like it's a job. So they're ready to
Mm.
run it like a job and not ready to run it like a business. Because when
Oh,
you have business, you have sorry, because
yeah,
when you run a
whatever.
business, you have business expenses, right? Like you
Hmm.
have chargebacks, right? Like you have debt. Like debt is a thing. Like every single business you run, you're always going to have debt. People don't realize that, and
Yep.
they're expecting just to make money,
Yo,
but they're
bro,
not.
could you give me just a
Yeah,
second? Sorry, bro. My bad.
yeah, um,
All right, where do we end up?
yeah. I think I was just explaining how most people expect to
Mm.
run it like a job and not a business. They expect to have they expect to have the income of a business owner without the expenses of a business owner. So when they get the expenses beforehand, then they just kind of quit.
Mm.
Um, you know, you get discouraged easily
Yeah.
by debt.
Yeah, because it's a lot like it feels safer in a job, right? Because you're guaranteed to
Right.
make money in 30 days from now to get your paycheck, right? In business, it's like the opportunity is a lot higher and there's no limit, but you don't know when it's going to work out. And that's like the most stressful thing about it.
Yeah. I mean, I always say that the cost of having a job is not the loss of income. The cost of having a job is your potential. So like you pay with your
Mm,
potential. right? Because
Damn.
you're giving up betting on yourself to, obviously make opportunity happen.
Mm,
Instead, you're just relying on just like a fixed amount, which
yeah.
I think is more, even if you make more money from a job than, doing your own thing, you're losing the more important thing, which is potential.
Yeah. Absolutely agree with that, man. I want to ask you, what do you think was like one of the biggest risks you took in the last year or two?
Biggest risks in the last year or two. I would say probably, hmm, honestly, I'd just probably say learning how to run leads or how to generate
Mm,
leads, how to run meta ads. I get I was spending a lot of money without much results. And
mm,
like I was always met with the decision I could either, buy leads from a lead vendor or I could generate it myself.
mm,
And I always just had to take the risk of, you know, generating them
yeah.
myself, right? Or learning how to. Because I figured worst comes to worst, if I generate the lead, I get the lead, and then I also get the knowledge on what I did, and then I also get the data. So I'll be
Mm,
getting three
yeah,
things
makes sense.
versus just getting one. Yeah. But I'd say the
Yeah,
biggest risk is probably having to learn how to run ads, I'd say.
yeah. Nah, it makes sense, man. Uh, I've seen a lot of guys that, for example, they hit like 10, 12, 14, 15K a month. And then they, for
Mhm.
some reason, like they take the foot off the gas pedal, and then they slowly go like during 1 month making 15K to the next month making like 6 or 7K, literally half, and that's when they go back,
Mhm.
right? Some people like their income dies completely or like keeps going down,
Mhm.
but it's like once you've done like one of the hardest parts of getting to 5 figures a month, how do you say is you maintain that and you keep growing instead of getting complacent.
Yeah, so I think the main thing is, when you increase your income, I think it's really important that you increase your expenses as well. Um, because if you have, a large amount of, commitments, financial commitments every single month, like you don't have the option to, go back to doing,
Yeah.
5,000, 6,000 a month, right? Like bills are due next month, right? So
Mm,
if you always have a high amount of, like, if you're always reinvesting your money, right, and having, monthly expenditures, that's going to kind of keep you, is going to have your back against the wall. But also I mean, honestly, I'm not gonna lie, like that's something I struggle with right now. Like, waking up, just looking at your bank account, like knowing several months of bills are, paid ahead. Like I don't technically have to go to work tomorrow, right?
mhm.
And it's a really bad mindset to have, but honestly, like the more money you make, I feel like it's like it just gets harder and harder. It's like for me, for example, the way that I, keep myself to be consistent is well, I just have a lot of bills, so I don't have any other
Mm,
choice.
yeah, that makes sense. Dang, man. What would you say?
you know, make more risks with your money. Otherwise, you'll
Mm,
just be saving money.
yeah, yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. What would you say is the biggest thing you've noticed in how new people that you meet treat you? Like, for example, girls, new friends, etc.
Mhm.
Whereas like 3 years ago or like way back.
Um, like, are you talking about people I know or just like strangers? Like
Yeah, strangers, like new people, like
strangers.
want to make
Okay.
new friends, meeting girls or whatever it may be.
I think I think it's more positive now. I think
Hmm.
it's more so because I'm a lot better at communicating. Like being in sales, it's
Mm.
just you do
Yeah.
it every single day, right? I mean, I think it's much more positive. I don't think it's necessarily because of anything I've done, but just more so who I've become, I guess you could
Hmm.
say, like in terms of conversating and things like that. I also think I've definitely matured a lot. I think business matures you really, really fast, but
Yeah.
I think I've also matured a lot in the last couple of years. So I'd say I have a generally much more positive,
Mm.
uh, how do you put it? It's more positive. Yeah, more
Mm.
positive.
Yeah, that makes sense. Do you have like someone that inspires you now?
Yeah, I have quite a few people, especially in my company that I look up to and that I've seen work for them.
Mm.
And do you want me to like name off people?
Sure, man. If anybody comes up to mind, man, definitely.
Mhm. So I'd say number one is Sean Mike. So he's the founder of our
Mm.
company. So Sean Mike, number one. Number two, I'd probably say Braden Hernandez. He's another agent in our company. But
Mm.
those two, yeah.
Mm. Okay. What's your like? What's your long term vision within the next, like, let's say, few years?
So my long-term vision in the next few years, I really just want to have like a sales team. I want to
Mm.
lead a sales team to do, high amounts of production every single month. I want to have
Mm.
the highest paid managers as well. So I want to have, managers below me that are known. Like I want my organization to be known that like Jacob Lee's managers get paid, like Jacob Lee's managers
Mm.
make money. So in the next few years, I want to be able to, change quite a few people's lives financially, but also for myself as well. I really want
Mm.
to. I know everybody says it. Like I really do like want to retire my parents. Like that's like etched into my soul. Um,
Yeah.
so I really just need to build my organization up to the point where, um, I have enough passive income every single month to
Yeah.
obviously change my parents' life and also,
Mm.
change other people's lives in the process.
Yeah. Yeah. That makes sense, man. And honestly, as a young man, I feel like taking care of the people that brought you into this world is probably one of the first priorities we should have. It's like I would feel
I
guilty.
agree.
I would feel guilty buying a Huracan or, like, Lambo, but my parents still like working their jobs. Like I would feel guilty doing that.
Right.
Like, yeah, like, bro, it's like it costs a few K a month, like basically to replace their current income at least, and then it's I feel like that's like that part of greediness that people can just smell it, on those people.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's also really dependent on how you were raised. Like I was always
Mm,
raised like family first, like no matter what, like your family's
yeah,
always there no matter what. And like I see that now too. Like realistically, like well, I know everybody's family situation is different, but
yeah,
I can confidently say like if anything happens, my parents are always there, right?
yeah,
And because of that, I agree with what you said. Like it's selfish to put your own needs before that. So, I can't see myself really doing anything crazy for myself before, taking care of them. Like that's,
yeah,
it's not my
yeah.
purpose.
Bro, by the way, is that an AirPod? Yeah, I like an AirPod
Yeah,
better.
AirPod.
Holy shit, bro! In the
I have
US,
two.
y'all can have like headphones in the car.
Uh, I don't know. I mean, I don't even have a license plate on my car,
Ah,
but
okay, okay, fair enough, yeah. And especially like the US, I guess like every state is like a different country, so yeah.
yeah, it's true. That is
But
true.
here, most countries, bro, especially like the country that I'm in right now, it's like, bro, if you like even touch your phone or have like one headphone or something where the cops pull you over, bro, so it's like, I was like super surprised when I saw that. So yeah, that's cool, man. Dang. So man, this has been fun. I want to get into some rapid fire questions before we wrap up. Is that cool?
Sounds good.
Okay. What's the best and worst advice someone has given you?
The best and worst. Do you mean like one best advice and one worst
Yeah,
advice, or something that is both?
yeah, that
Okay.
people.
Uh, Best advice, never throw away your hopes and dreams listening to
Mm,
someone who's never done it before.
mm,
Worst advice is, ooh, there's a lot of bad advice.
yeah.
Worst advice I'd say is to be afraid of debt.
Mm,
Worst advice.
mm, yeah. Do you have like a favorite quote for someone?
Favorite quote. Um, I don't know who said it, but action is the ink that writes the story of your life.
Damn, bro. I like that. I like that. That really hits home, to be honest. what was the proudest moment in your life?
Proudest moment. I would say when I did my first 30K month. It's
Mm,
probably my proudest moment.
yeah, yeah, I can definitely see that. Yeah. How would you? This is the last question. How would you describe yourself in 2 words?
In 2 words, extremely committed.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah. So, hey man, it's been a pleasure. What's next for you? The rest of this year, the next 5, 6 months.
Yeah, the rest of this year for me, it's just continuing to sell at a high level in personal production, but I really am focusing on hiring new people and, training other people to get to, 10, 15, $20,000 a
Mm,
month. So
yeah,
that's
yeah.
my main focus for the rest of the year, and that's pretty much it.
Dang, man. Okay, W, bro. That's honestly like a lot of people have like a lot of like their own personal goals, but also like having goals about like
Mhm.
building up other people there. That's absolutely amazing, to be honest. Um, so man, this has been an amazing podcast, bro. Where can people find you?
Yeah, so I'm primarily active on Instagram. It's Jay the Chosen One. I don't know if you can maybe put the handle there, but
Yeah, I
yeah,
can put it in the
Instagram is
description, no problem.
okay, perfect. Yeah, so Instagram is primarily what I'm active on. I don't really have any other social media, but Instagram.
Okay.
Yep.
Dang. Guys, thanks for watching till the end, man. This has been an amazing podcast. I had fun. If you're watching till the end, boys, check out Jay's Insta and what is in mine. May God bless you, boys. Catch you on the next one.